What? What? What the fuck did I just witness? What the What? 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 Bro, I don't even know what to say right now. I don't even know what to say right now, bro. Because this, bro. Guys, I don't even know what to say right now. I'm not even gonna edit this video. I'm just recording this right now and I'm gonna upload it as is. Bro, what? What did I just watch? I just watched the team be down 2-0. Maybe even arguably should have been down 3-0. And scored 3 goals in the last 13 minutes. First it was against Cape Verde. And now against Egypt. Bro, how many times are Argentina going to be counted out? And they get through. It's like, I have no words. I have no words. This is why they won the World Cup in 2022. And this is why they can still have a chance to win the World Cup in 2026. Because of this mentality that these players have. Holy shit. No other team in the world has this. Are they the best team? No. Do they have the best starting 11? No. Do they have the best individual talent? No. Do they have the best manager? No. But will they win? Maybe yes. Because of games like this. Oh my gosh, bro. Argentina 3, Egypt 2. Guys, I'm going to be completely honest, right? I'm a complete neutral in this game. I'm Italian. I'm Canadian. I don't care who wins this game. I do really like North African teams. I don't know why. I have an affection to them. So I probably would have favored Egypt to win. And at the end of the day, I always like to see upsets. I always like to see underdog stories. I want to see underdogs knock out giants. That's what I love seeing in football. If I'm not watching my countries play, I always want to see the team that's underrated, the team that's the underdog, the team that's a dark horse beat the giant. So did I want Egypt to win this game? Yes, I did. And when I was watching this game, were Argentina the better team? Of course they were. Of course they were, guys. You look at the first half, you look at the second half, Argentina were by far the better team. But Egypt played their game. Under Hossam Hassan, this is how we knew they were going to line up. We knew they were going to be a more defensive team. We knew they were going to play maybe in a low block. We knew that they were going to try and hit Argentina and kill Argentina on the counterattack. And that's exactly what they did. That's what they do under Hossam Hassan when they're facing a top team. That's how they've succeeded and beaten bigger teams in recent years under Hossam Hassan. We knew that that's what they were going to do. That's what they did do. And that's how they were winning this game. Yasser Ibrahim with a beautiful, beautiful header in what was it, the 15th minute? That header was fantastic. What an absolute header. A beautiful dime to him, a beautiful cross. And that put Egypt up 1-0. Then we saw Messi miss his second penalty of the World Cup, guys. We saw Messi miss his second penalty. And was it a good penalty? No, it wasn't a good penalty, but you have to give all the credit to the Egyptian goalkeeper, Chaubert. Oh my gosh, what a save. And he was actually pretty good in his game. He made a lot of good saves. You know, he saved the penalty. I think Chaubert, for the first 75 minutes of this game, obviously until, you know, we saw Argentina finally get some goals, he was having a very, very good game. And guys, going into halftime, I'm like, you know what? If Egypt keep playing like this, I don't think Argentina are going to win. I feel like Messi was a little bit not really in this game as much as he's been in previous games. And if you look at Argentina, how they performed in previous games, it's been all Messi. So if Messi gets locked out, Argentina will struggle. And they did struggle in the first half. And even in the second half, yes, they were dominating possession. But Egypt on the counterattack are deadly. Deadly. Then obviously, guys, we saw Zico score that goal in the 58th minute. Now, this is the big talking point. This is the big talking point because the goal, a beautiful, beautiful goal. What a counterattack. Like I said, Egypt and their counterattacks, brilliant. What a goal this was. But the goal was ruled out because about 20 or 30 seconds before the goal, an Egyptian player stepped on the Argentinian player's foot and slightly pulled the shirt. Now, guys, if I'm being completely honest, I mean, when I saw the referee go to VAR, I'm like, bro, he's gonna rule it out. He's gonna rule it out. Is it because it's Argentina? Maybe. But at the end of the day, guys, I mean, it's a very, very 50-50. Obviously, he did slightly step on his foot. He did. But guys, realistically, when you look at football, how many times is there a possible foul, 30 seconds, a minute before the goal, and the goal stands? It's almost all the time. There's always people slightly stepping on people's foot. There's always people having a little pull of the shirt. Always. Almost every single game and almost every single play. And the amount of times that this happens before a goal, whether it's 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, is very, very common. If it happens right in the lead up to the goal, in the pass to the goal, sure, fair enough. But guys, this was like 30 seconds before the goal. What Egypt still had to do after this was incredible. Do I think it should have been ruled out? I think it's harsh. Is it the correct decision? Technically, yes. But I think it's very, very harsh, guys. I think it's very, very harsh. If I'm an Egyptian fan, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be mad because at that point, Egypt would have been up 2-0. Obviously, it goes back down to 1-0. Then Zico, he scores anyways. A brilliant finish past Emiliano Martinez. Very good goal. Very good goal by Zico in the 67th minute. And at this point, I'm like, Argentina's done. They cannot stop this Egyptian fast break. Whether it's Zico, whether it's Mohamed Salah, they cannot stop it. Obviously, this goal came from a corner from Argentina. It was headed away. Ball falls with Salah, quickly brings it up, finds Zico, boom, it's a goal. 2-0, Argentina, the World Cup champions, look like they're going out. Just like they did at some points against Cape Verde. And then what happens? Then Egypt capitulate, guys. Egypt absolutely capitulate. Obviously, they make a couple substitutions. And then we saw the header by Christian Romero. It was a good header. It was onside. Just poor defensively by Egypt. They weren't tracking him, and he found the open space, and he was a goal. I will say for Zico's goal, it was very poor defending by Lisandro Martinez. Completely lost his man. Completely lost him. But for Romero's goal, it was poor defending by Egypt. Some people may say that Chaubert might be able to get, he got a hand to it, should probably palm it out. But at the end of the day, he's been great all game. He saved the penalty. I don't think you can really blame him. Then, only a few minutes later, Egyptian defense capitulated once again. Absolute capitulation, and Messi scores the goal. Guys, the ball is bouncing around the box. It's bouncing all around the place. Egypt cannot clear it whatsoever. Falls with Lautaro Martinez. Probably should score, but can't control it. Ball somehow ends up getting tipped to Messi. Messi does a half volley, right through everyone. Obviously, Chaubert once again gets a hand to it. Hits off him, hits the top of the crossbar, hit the underneath the crossbar and goes down and in. And Messi scores. And now it's 2-2. And now Egypt are looking scary. Now Egypt are shitting themselves because now you have the rest of the game. It's tied up. You got these 2 yellow cards right here. Bro, I'm telling you guys, Egypt completely shit the bed. They completely shit the bed. And then you see Enzo Fernandez in the last minute get a header off a fast break. In the last minute, bro. The last fucking minute. Guys, like I said, I don't hate Argentina. I'm not one of these people that hates countries. I respect all countries. I love all countries. But bro, I wanted to see this for Egypt. God, like, bro, 2-0 up? Guys, I'm going to be completely honest. This Argentinian team is inevitable. It's inevitable, bro. I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, this was a Hossam Hassan masterclass. The counterattacks were absolutely brilliant. Egypt have been pretty good defensively for the first 75 minutes. Argentina, they haven't looked that inspiring on the attack. Yes, they've had good shots, but they haven't really had the best quality shots. Chaubert has been very good in that. I'm thinking this is going to be a calm Egypt win. And Egypt will be the biggest dark horses to advance to the next round. They would be making history. And then within 13 minutes. 13 minutes. Bro, I can't believe it, bro. I can't believe it, bro. I just can't believe it. How have they not? How has that happened? How the fuck has that happened, bro? Bro, Argentina, bro. We saw it against Cape Verde. And now we see it again against Egypt. Coming back from the jaws of death. Guys, Argentina might win the World Cup. I would have been so excited to see Egypt advance in this position. Once again, not because I hate Argentina, But I just love an underdog story, guys. This would have been so good for Egyptian football. Egyptian football, in my opinion, you look at Egypt in football in recent AFCONs and in recent years, they're a very aging team. They have a lot of older players on their team. In the 2025 AFCON, Egypt had the oldest squad out of all the other African teams. And the youth football in Egypt, it's not accelerating at the same pace that the likes of Morocco, that the likes of Algeria are. But this would have changed things. The amount of Egyptians that were watching this game, that if Egypt would have beat Argentina, the amount of football youngsters that would be watching this game that say, I want to be there. But I think this would have changed Egyptian football coming the next 5 or 10 years. Egypt could turn into one of the top African teams. But no, they fumbled. They absolutely fumbled, bro. Holy shit, guys. Guys, this is not a typical video that I upload, but bro, I'm speechless. I'm fucking speechless. I don't even know what to say, bro. I don't even know what to say, guys. That's the end of the video. Argentina 3, Egypt 2. The craziest game we've seen so far in the World Cup. I thought Argentina versus Cape Verde was crazy. I thought England versus Mexico was crazy. This doesn't compare. I guess if you're a complete neutral, then this World Cup has been delivering. Like I said, I'm a neutral. But I did want Egypt to have that underdog story, to beat the world champions. But guys, Argentina, like I said, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. And at this point, guys, they're probably going to win the World Cup. But that's the end of the video, guys. Stay tuned for my Norway versus England preview for the quarterfinal game that will be coming up in a few days. As always, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, guys. And stay tuned for more videos.